never forced to fight for themselves. They were made to defend themselves on New Year's Eve as hooligans groped them, molested them and passed lewd comments. But the netas and the police chose to blame the victims. And now a video has emerged that shows the brutal reality of Bengaluru. The CCTV footage shows how a woman who was on her way home was stalked, groped and molested by two men. And when she fought back, she was assaulted. In fact, that's the latest incident CCTV that we've got. But the big story remains the mass molestation that happened on the streets of Bengaluru on 31st night. And joining me is a brave heart, a victim who was there, who's witnessed this and gone through it. Thank you so much for joining us here on Times Now. I know I can't even begin to imagine how nightmarish it may have been for you that night. But can you take us through the incident? Where were you? What happened? Can you hear me?
Well, Bangalore being a cosmopolitan, yeah, I can.
Yes, please go ahead.
I'm audible as well?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Bangalore being a cosmopolitan city, we expect people to be more civilized, but unfortunately my experience was horrifying. Because MG Road, being the heart of the city, to such a hooligans was surprising. I found such hooligans there.
Where were you that night? What happened? If you can recount, the sequence of events, because we've got visuals and pictures, but we've also got a Bengaluru police commissioner who says nothing happened.
That's really strange. We were in the heart of city, I told you, MG Road. Now, a city like, Bangalore, where we face so many people partying in the center of the heart, and being security to the core, I guess we had close to about 1 lakh police people, what we would come to know. But where were they? A group of men started running towards us because they were getting lathi charged by the police cops. Now, when they're rushing towards us, they would have just got a chance to do what they wanted to. They touched me in inappropriate places, and I hit one of them just by his collar, right on his face. I got a chappal in my hand and I really belt him. Where were the cops there? Where were the cops? I hear and I've been reading about, police advising us to be we being in inappropriate clothings, right? Inappropriate clothings? Really? I was in an Indian outfit along with my kids and my family. We were just being together. Where is he talking about? Where were the security and where is the outfit going to do anything on this side? Tell me that. Whom do we question? I'm surprised today. Maybe this wasn't that horrifying what the girl actually experienced at the East today, which is really, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate. Where are we leading? Where are the cops? Where is anything happening in Bangalore? Really, really sad.
I've been hearing, you see a lot of policemen
lot of stories
there?
Since 1999 and still continuing.
Could you see a lot of policemen there?
Yes,
did you see they were standing and not doing anything, perhaps just
and
chasing these guys here?
Yes, we did. I wouldn't say not doing, but they were definitely lathi charging. With that, the guys were in a rage, just running so that they could not get hit by someone else.
What went wrong? Who do you think is accountable? The fact that these kind of celebrations at such a large scale happen on the streets, in the hub of the city is a known fact. Do you think the administration failed in anticipating the number of people, or they just didn't care in the kind of security arrangements they should have made?
See, we can't just blame just the police alone, where we can even talk about civilized people either, right? At the same time, security as such they would have been split in different places. They were all together in a group. They were all in a group, which is not correct.
Now, what would you want to tell the police commissioner today? Because we spoke to him a short while ago. He seemed to suggest the message he wanted to get across to the people was that we are putting these videos and visuals out of context, that there was no mass molestation that they are aware of, and the fact that if it had happened, it wouldn't have remained a secret for 48 hours. Those are the kind of comments he's made. What would you want to tell the police commissioner of your city tonight?
How can he say there was no mass molestation? We have seen pictures again this morning in the newspaper. Whether at fault, it was not false. Right. Apart from that, another friend of mine was molested. She wasn't, yes, I would say she was drunk. She was in a short dress, but then she was partying with a couple of her own good friends. Because of the lathi charge, these guys got a real good chance to do what they wanted to. They would have instead been in different security places, not in groups. It would have been, I think, much managed better.
And your message to the netas who say that all of this is because we are following a Western mindset, and that perhaps the girls should be locked indoors and not allowed to go out because there are these kind of predators on the streets. That's their solution.
That is bullshit. How could girls be within the indoors? For what reasons? For what reasons?
Tell me something, when people were running all over the place...
Inappropriate dressing and others. I think the mothers should teach their children to be more civilized than they should teach their sons, not anybody else.
Yes, teach their sons. That's also what we are also asking people to and mothers to do now. Teach your sons and your brothers to be more respectful towards the women. My just last question to you: tell me something. When there was this chaos that was being unleashed on the streets, when the police men were also trying to chase these hooligans, but that just enraged them further, and then they took it out on any woman that they could see. What was going on in your mind? How did you get out of that place and that chaotic situation?
It was so, it wasn't even managed so well. We didn't have cabs coming over because the traffic police and the police people were not inclined. Okay? Now, we had a driver with the car coming from, the MG Road metro station near the Trinity Circle. From Trinity Circle until, say, the metro station in MG Road, it took him about 1.5 hours to reach. A stretch of less than 1 kilometer. The traffic police wouldn't allow them to go, and the police was continuously lathi charging. How would you expect anybody to get out of the place from there?
Well, I thank you so much for speaking up and coming on Times Now and sharing and narrating the story. You're one of those people who were there, and this is the story that needs to be told so that the authorities cannot lie to the citizens anymore of what happened or did not happen on the streets of Bengaluru that night. Thank you so much for joining us here on Times Now. Going back